So happy Monday, not Sunday. So the weekend, frankly, just snuck by us far more than we thought. It went by too quick. So this weekend, we were planning to do junk mail fire bricks, and that didn't happen. We didn't get to it. So that may be the update for next weekend of how to turn junk mail into fire bricks to heat your home. But this week, well, this morning I'm just going to kind of walk around and show you what we've been up to the last week or so, because we have a lot going on, and I'll show you why we missed out this weekend. Okay, so inside our geodesic dome greenhouse, you can see I've got plants, or Nikki actually put plants in, and these have been doing pretty well. We did get some tomatoes called celebrities that honestly have just not done very well. They're not handling the heat of the greenhouse in the day, and they're not handling the cold overnight. So for instance, last night we hit 29 degrees, so we covered the strawberries, the currants, and most of the tomatoes in that. So you can see everything in here is doing pretty well, but there's a couple things that we're just going to replace. The celebrity tomatoes have already died, and they're like 2 weeks in. So we're going to replace those with some different peppers and maybe some Roma tomatoes that are pretty hardy in a greenhouse for us. So now on the actual garden front, Nikki's got a few more things planted. So a lot of the potatoes are done. The asparagus we probably have lost for the year. It likes a little bit more cold weather than hot. Strawberries back over here in these circles and that, they're doing fantastic. They're bloomed out, and we'll get a lot of berries this year. And then if I go back over here, you can kind of see stuff in the back is growing. Now a couple of these beds still need to be cleaned from grass and all that, but they'll get planted probably in the next 2 weeks. We've been kind of waiting. There's still another 2 or 3 nights that are supposed to be in the freeze zone. And you know, if you plant them now, you're going to have to cover them. So we've kept them in the tool area of the garage, and they'll stay hydrated and warm in there overnight. So in a couple weeks, we'll start planting and get this in full swing. So in mid-June, the garden will be fully planted and growing. So one other thing that we're doing to try and maximize our usage, you can see the field right up here. It is brown, I'll just say it that way. So we had goats in there. That was our hoop barn and our initial pasture for goats when we first moved up to our property. And they have stripped it out. There isn't a blade of grass in there. They killed every bit of sagebrush. If I just pan around here, you can see it is a desolate, desolate place. So what we're going to do is take all this hay. So if you see, there's a line of hay all the way up there, and that's just straw and used stuff out of the barn. It is great to actually hold moisture in. So we're going to take it. We've dumped it from over there. So if I pan over here at this barn back there, that's where we had the goats in. We're actually going to take it, we're putting it in the fence, and we're going to spread this all over there and then seed it with a mixture of grass and alfalfa and all that other stuff for seed. The straw will hold moisture, so when it gets, rain, or we sprinkle it, or whatever it's going to do, it'll hold moisture and help grow grass. And we have moved all the girls off. You see back down over here, that's where all the girls are, and these are all the pastures I've been putting in to help them graze, to rotationally graze. Now, one of the things I never really mentioned, at least on the homesteading stuff, because I have a separate project, I am a car enthusiast on the side. Did you know that you can take a tractor and move a car with it? I know, nobody believes it, but yet, here it is. So that was one of the big things we did yesterday, was to move the car, a wrecked car shell I've been stripping out and building another one with. So that was using the tractor and a set of forks, just to clamp on forks to the bucket. We've moved that from the barns down probably about 100 yards back into the garage so that I can do that. So that is done, and that's a side project that I am working on personally. And probably one of the most exciting things that we've had this week is we have baby goats. Now I'm actually just walking into the barn so you can see Mom behind me here. This is goat number, I don't know how many, but she actually just dropped twins as I was heading up here. So there's some baby goats, but I'll get footage of some ones that are a week old and active. All right, so the last thing I'll show you this week of what we did is I did this one afternoon. I got the last bit of the goat pasture done. Now the goats, if we're standing out here, will actually run. We'll let them run out through the valley and that, and they're pretty good here. They won't go too far, but I've actually got them a nice pen done with the cattle panels we bought a couple weeks ago. So I finished that off, and this is all just now grazing for them, so they can use that. So that's all we've got done this week, and you can kind of see why it's been so busy. And I forgot to show you, we actually have a trailer load of lumber and that for 2 new bird houses. So for the waterfowl, which is the geese and ducks, and then all the chickens we raise. So we do a lot of chickens every year for food, and we do sell them. So that'll be done in the next 10 days, and we'll try to do some video footage of that. And never a dull moment around here. So with that, I will leave you now from Sprague Homestead with more baby goats, because happy Monday for baby goats. What are you doing, Pipsqueak? Huh? What are you doing? Yeah? You dancing around?